We're talking beauty, yeah, but more importantly, wellness and some great motivation, yeah. So let's talk about positivity to our community. Goodbye. So just check out Cutting Up with LaTashia Mitchell. Join great conversations, yeah. Let's grow with Cutting Up with LaTashia Mitchell, yeah.
Hello, welcome to Cutting Up with LaTashia Mitchell. I have today Janay Scott. She's a chiropractor here in Austin, Texas, and she'll be giving us a little bit of information about what she does. Can you give us a little bit of information and introduce yourself?
Absolutely. So I'm a chiropractor here in Austin, Texas. I started out initially in Dallas. I'm from Oklahoma originally. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And I focus more on the sports side, but still the wellness side as well. So.
Absolutely. So chiropractic brings you here?
Yes. So I originally started out in Dallas. I was a chiropractic assistant, worked with two lovely chiropractors. They treated me chiropractically, and through treating patients, I learned so much about chiropractic that I ended up going to school. And the school just so happened to be in Dallas. Okay. There's only two in the state of Texas, Dallas and Houston. And I moved to the city where there's one. And so I ended up going to school in 2015.
So you say you practice with a lot of, you're into the athletic world. So you see a lot of injuries and things like that.
Absolutely. So I see a lot of injuries from disc injuries, carpal tunnel, sciatic pain. So my focus is with athletes, but I treat a number of different people, those that want to possibly become active, or just those that want to learn more about their body and, feel better and have their body function better. So,
what type of athletes do you normally see?
I have a variety. So I have dancers, football players, basketball players, track, cheerleading, you name it, I'm probably seeing something. Yeah, absolutely.
So when they come to you, what are some of the things that you recommend? Like for a first time, say they had an injury,
okay.
They came to you. They're a football player, for example.
Okay.
They came to you, depending on their injury, that's how you would recommend their type of treatment service.
Yeah, absolutely. So typically with the athlete specifically, there's probably going to be a time after an injury where they have to take some time off. A lot of people don't like to do that, or even my people that are just working out at the gym, you have to take that time off to let your body heal, because if not, that injury is going to keep returning and you are damaging your body. So most times I have a treatment plan for them, and in the beginning it varies per person. That could be a couple times a week, that may be once a week. It really varies on where that person is and what they need, but ultimately it comes down to you. A lot of times, people may think that it's all what I'm doing something, right. But we work together as a team. I also give stuff to do at home. So there's stretching that you're doing. We're talking about, how you're sleeping, how you're sitting, how you drive. All of those things affect you on a day-to-day basis. And so I implement that throughout each visit. So you're learning something every visit about what you're doing wrong.
Wow. So to a person that's never been to a chiropractic, what is it? So what are you doing when they come in?
Okay, so
knows nothing about it.
I got you. So a lot of people associate chiropractic with pain. If I'm not in pain, I don't need to see a chiropractor. If I haven't been in a car wreck, I don't need to see a chiropractor. And it's not true. So if you have a spine, you should see a chiropractor, simply because throughout your lifetime, you put so much stress on your spine and you only get that one. So I want you to go back to when you're a child, when you're a baby, you're born, a lot of things is going on. And during the birthing process itself, it's tough on mom, it's tough on babies. Some babies don't come right out. Doctor is having to pull on them. That right there can start the first misalignment in the spine. And then stuff starts to build. So now baby starts walking and falling and oh, he's fine, he's made of stone. And it's that's not true once again. So then that child gets into sports. that child starts to sit at a desk all day. Now they're on their phones and tablets, so they're doing this all day. And then they become adults, and now they're working more, they're standing more, they're sitting more, they drive for a living now, on top of the car wrecks that they're getting into, the stress that they're having from just their day to day. And so it's one of those things where we have all this stuff going on in our life, and by the time that we have pain, it's been going on for years. So I recommend anyone that has a spine, you should be seeing the chiropractor. If you're not in pain right now, this would be a great time to go, because one, you're going to respond a lot better to treatment because you don't have the swelling and the inflammation of an injury. And two, it's going to prevent your body from damaging or becoming arthritic. A lot of us don't realize we're all going to get arthritis. Every day, our body is breaking down on a microscopic level. What we're doing increases that. So the excessive use on the cell phone, we're standing, we're not stretching, we're sleeping upside down, or whatever the case is. All of those things, they play a role. And even though you don't feel the pain in that moment, it may be that one thing, or that car wreck, or when you go to pick your baby up, you're going to feel it then. And we contributed to that one moment. And that's not true. It's been going on for a very long time. You're just now feeling it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So someone that's actually like, because I know during COVID, a lot of people are working from home, like what you were saying.
Absolutely.
Are you seeing a lot of people come in there that actually even sitting at their desk or working from home?
Absolutely. So the whole thing with COVID, one, that was a lot of mental stress. So again, there's a lot of different factors that cause the body to need the adjustment or to misalign. And the three main are your physical stress, which is accidents, injuries, falls. Your mental stress, if you're always stressed out, your muscles attached to your joints, your hips, that puts tension on the joints as well as the muscles. And thirdly, the chemical stress. So what you're eating, what you're drinking, those all cause the body to misalign. Now, when you add COVID on top of that, sitting at a desk, or a lot of us, we didn't even have the proper, like, we're working from our bed, or our desk was not properly ergonomically correct. So we're working like this all day. And that has put a lot of stress on the spine on top of COVID. So absolutely.
Wow. That you're kind of like, so someone like me that actually I'm a stylist. I'm on my feet all day. If I were to come in, what are some basic ideas of like treatment that you would like recommend for just I would say me personally, because I'm like interested in
absolutely. So with you, and I have a couple barbers that I work with, and with them, it's that repetitiveness of being here. So they're having more stuff going on in the arm. So what I'm focusing on with them is, of course, the adjustment, but I'm also focusing on stretching those areas and strengthening those areas. So with you specifically in the standing, it depends on where your problem area is. So let's say, you're having stuff going on in your back or this area here. I know for sure we're going to be adjusting that area. I'm a chiropractor that also implements muscle therapies or soft tissue therapies. And what that basically is I'm going in and I'm addressing the muscle as well, whether that be through some deep pressure massage or cupping, therapeutic cupping, which is where cups are actually placed on the body, for instance, your neck or your back, to increase the blood flow, to reduce the tension, to loosen the muscle. I may go and like just passively stretch you. You kind of relax and I'm like stretching you, but I know for sure I would have you doing what you're doing now, the yoga, the stretching, making sure you are being active, because those joints, they want to move. And the fact that you're stressing them that way, we need to make sure you're adjusted. We need to make sure that you're stretching, and we need to make sure that your muscles are strong to support what you're doing, mainly your core and your back. Make sure you're not working from here.
Wow.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get started in like doing the chiropractor?
So believe it or not, I actually wanted to be, I actually wanted to be an OBGYN. In undergrad, didn't know anything about chiropractic. It wasn't until I moved to Dallas. I was working as an assistant with two wonderful women. During that time, I was having neck pain, migraines, and lower back pain that I had no idea what it was from. I was about to get a new bed and I started getting adjusted. And this was in 2013. I started getting adjusted and learned about chiropractic. And I was in my master's program at the time, but I was like, look, there's no way I'm going back to school. But I was just like, this is what I think I want to do. I think this is my calling. And I remember going in and talking to them, and I was like, okay, you guys might want to sit down. I'm giving my notice. And they're like, what? You were going? I'm like, oh, I just realized that like last night. Like, oh,
wow. So they felt the passion for it.
Absolutely. And like I said, it just, everything kind of played out. I didn't have to move. The school was in Dallas already, and I just was where I needed to be at the time.
That's amazing. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Do you surround yourself with like positive people to keep you motivated throughout your career?
Absolutely. That has been one of the things. Like, so think going back to like the whole mental thing, you know, a lot of us kind of look at things from a very pessimistic standpoint. Those things weigh on your body as well. Those can cause those joints to misalign. So what I'm doing right now, I'm surrounding myself with a lot of like-minded individuals. I love to work out. I love, I have 2 dogs, and so I love getting out with them. So I spend a lot of time working out, but I have friends that are also doing the same thing, and also starting their own businesses. So I've kind of helped some, like just a little different things, like on, you know, how to get started in that sense. So yeah.
What is your next journey, your next phase of your career look like for you?
So the next phase, I actually want to get a little bit more certified into the sports aspect of it. So I'm looking at becoming a certified sports chiropractic physician. So what that would entail is me going back to school, completing 100 credit hours, and learning a little bit more about, you know, the mechanisms of sports injuries, how to treat these injuries, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I want to become more knowledgeable about just that niche that I'm building. And then the next journey is to have my own space. Right now, I'm sharing a suite with 3 massage therapists. And so we kind of run that space, but I'd like to have my own space where Essential Life Chiropractic and Wellness can really grow.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Do you give back to the community in any form?
So that's another thing that I'm working on doing. Yes, I love to, and that's where I want that bigger space so that I can have, you know, different workshops where it may be just a stretch workshop where we come in and, you know, we just focus on stretching, and I can teach, you know, everyone how to stretch, or foam rolling. There's so many different things that I'd like to share, but I need the space to be able to do that. I also wouldn't mind, you know, doing something with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I see an opportunity here. Absolutely.
I think that the yoga and the chiropractic goes hand in hand. So the chiropractic focuses on the joint, and then with what I do, some of the muscle, but the yoga aspect, the flexibility, the strength of the core, just being balanced and aligned, it goes hand in hand. And if you have those 2 together, you can make some progress.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, we're going to talk after this, but I have some ideas that are popping all up in my head for that. Now, where can we find you?
So I'm located on 183 and Mopac. So across the street from Anderson High School, near Anderson High School and One Step Plaza. So right in One Step Plaza.
Okay. Are you on social media? Can we follow you?
I am. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I got a TikTok now.
You have to follow her on TikTok. Yeah. I'm already following. Yes. Well, we want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come by and give us information. We also want you to come back, and because I actually want to come take your service, let you work on me. And so we can maybe follow back by, and I can give a real review and experience on how I was treated by you.
Let's do that.
Absolutely. Yes. So before you leave, give me 1 second. We have a little something natural gift back for you. Yes. So anytime you're in the area, you're going to be back in the area. You'll be back in the area. So we will connect on the outside of this and maybe do an event
that
where we can bring in the community of all
Absolutely.
different types of people, your everyday people, athletes, and all sorts of people. And I have a green belt, and maybe we can combine our businesses in a sense together.
I think that would be great. I love
All
that.
right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for tuning
Absolutely.
in.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have more. And this was Cutting Up with LaTashia Mitchell at IamLatashiaMitchell.com. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.